Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wonderful, wonderful friends all over the world. Thank you very much for joining me here live on Ask1 Radio, Avon Psychic Radio, and Moonstruck TV. My name is Zsuzsanna Hörcsög. I'm a psychic, a medium, an intuitive teacher, a coach, a healer, and a therapist. And this is our show, Zsuzsanna Medium. So thank you very much for joining me here. I'm always here on Tuesdays, 3:30 p.m. EST and 8:30 p.m. GMT. So I always say I'm so joyful and excited and really grateful to be here. So thank you for the team behind the scene to create the space, to bring everybody together. So now, moving into our show today, as I promised you last time, I've got two wonderful friends with us here, Gary and Leonie Edwards from the UK. So let's welcome these wonderful people here.
Hello.
Hi, Zsuzsanna.
Lovely to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us here. How are you?
Yes, fantastic. Thank you. Wonderful to have us on here this evening in the UK.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us here. And I tell you what, I'm so excited that you are here. You are spiritual mediums. You are wonderful energies, and that's why you are here on this show. And then thank you very much for bringing little Amber here. So before we start the conversation, can we have a little look at the beautiful face of her?
Trying to run off, but she's a crazy little creature.
Yeah. We've only just added the last couple of days we have, so yeah, we've let her go now.
Oh, beautiful. And then I know she has is it a sister or a brother or
a brother?
We have a brother, which is Merlin, but he hides away at the moment.
Beautiful. Well, we're just getting ready with his power, probably. You know, that would be just wonderful. Maybe just unexpectedly, he's going to join you there. So it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you for bringing her along. And then I tell the audience, you know, those of you who are watching us here, that is the very first occasion that I have had a kitten on my show. So I'm super excited about that. So thank you very much.
Pretty, honestly.
Yeah. There must be a lot of fun there, actually. So you are spiritual mediums. Now, today in this show, we are going to take a caller a little bit later, one caller around halfway through the show. But I would really like you to start the show. So I know that both of you are spiritual mediums, wonderful energies. And then, you know, when we started, when we were talking about creating this show, we were thinking about, so what shall we talk about? And we said, yes, being on a spiritual journey. So I'm quite curious to find out, how did you, both of you, got onto your own path? So who would like to start?
Right. Leonie's pointing at me. We're having trouble with the camera at the minute. I'm trying to move it around. That's it. We're there. So, yeah, my spiritual journey, how it started, I've always worked with spirit from being 2 years old. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with this camera here. I've got no control of it. I do apologise. But no, my journey started 2 years, when I was 2 years old. Basically, a lot of spirit would come into me. I'm one of seven. So with being one of seven, it's like I'm the youngest as well, but I follow a bit of numerology. So with that, it's like really means like a lot to me. I was born on the 11th, so it's been a spiritual teacher. So it's always been there. But I used to have a lot of strange things with my family. My sister, she would one of my sisters, because I've got two sisters. One of them would look after me, but there was always strange things going on with me. Like growing up, being 2-3 years old, things would move around me. So it was quite active, like in a household with that. My dad passed away when I was 7 years old. He's like, I'm the seventh, 7 again when my dad died in 1977 as well. So a lot of, sevens with that. And also, he passed on the 7th of January. So it's like crazy with the numbers. But in the chapel, it was basically, I was going like, my family, my dad was well loved, he was a hard worker, grafter, but they're all going, oh, your dad's in the coffin, he's gone to heaven and all this. And me being 7, I was going, no, my dad's here at the side of me, because I could physically see my dad. I remember him standing there. And then the next minute I'm going, my dad's flying, he's going around the room flying. And then I says, oh, he's going through the window now. And as he went through the chapel window, there was curtains there, because it was 1977. It was, I remember the snow, freezing cold, and these curtains actually shook, and all my family's going, "Oh my God, like, what's going on here?" But as I said, he was going through the window. They shook, so it was like evidence. But I suppose after that, I come more awakened, even more, and I was seeing a lot more, and I just accepted it. It was, don't get me wrong. I've had a lot of tests. With spirit, they've shown me quite a lot of, a lot of situations, and it's like, on one of the occasions, I will say, when I was 13, I walked into town on my own, and I saw a lad smash a window. I saw a policeman, and all of this as I'm walking into town. Next minute, I have a walk around town, and I come back, and we've got a bridge going back to where I lived at the time in Stapenhill. I was walking over the bridge, and a policeman grabbed hold of me. Oh, we've got him. He smashed the window. And I'm thinking, no, it's not me. Like, and they checked me out. And I could describe this lad, and he was in a green top, and I wasn't. But at the end of the day, they got him. But it wasn't me. But I actually saw all that before it happened. So it was absolutely, I was thinking, what's going on in my head at this time? So it was challenging kind of thing to adjust, but then going on, I was always interested in spirit, and you know yourself, Suzanne, we have challenges and tests, don't we, being empathic. Always, the mediums and people who say, oh, it's an easy life, it's great, we've got the life of Riley. No, it isn't, because we have challenge after challenge, and that is our experience and knowledge to help others. And and so it's a far cut with our experiences. It really, really is. But in the end, I put my hand up to work with spirit. And again, I've been battling backwards and forwards, but now I've grown, and we accept who we are to help others. And, so I've had this all my life, where Leonie, I'll bring Leonie in, she's basically 4 years, haven't you? You've been developed, but we work the same. It's actually the energy. It's absolutely amazing how we both interact and with the messages. So, but I'll let you, Leonie, explain her journey.
Sorry.
Yeah. So how did it start for you, Leonie? How did you got into?
I'd always been aware of spirit anyhow. Growing up, I'd always had experiences, seeing things corner of my eye, kind of shadows, different things like that, and different feelings. And it's strange that I had the just knowing kind of cognizance that we have as spiritual beings, and it's only through life trauma and our destiny, our life paths, our choices, decisions, and making the wrong choices and decisions and things like that, and a lack of trusting of God and everything else, that I experienced opening up on a deeper level. And it happened through Reiki. I had a Reiki session after not believing in any kind of I thought it wasn't like massage, so touch, without touch you couldn't help anybody. That was my thoughts back then. But having experienced it just opened me up completely, and I wanted, and I knew I'd be learning it, I'd be teaching it, and I'd be going on that spiritual journey from that point. But yes, trauma brought everything out to the surface and opened me up.
Yes, so you see, it's quite interesting as I'm listening to you, even though your journeys have been different, but then you are working together, and your energies when you work together is just so very, very beautiful, because I saw you working together. But it's quite, I mean, this is the life journey. This is the journey of everybody who chooses to tap into their spiritual abilities. and then they dare to take it on. So we have to go through different stages in our life, and different, as you said, Gary, different lessons we have. And then whether we are taking them on or not, then spirit consciousness is going to put us on a path, just step by step. But then it's quite something what we ourselves need to work on ourselves, because I don't know what you think about that, but when we can have like all different trainings and different things, but then it somehow goes back to working on ourselves. So I'm curious, because I know you are teaching and tutoring and mentoring students of different levels and groups and various things. You are doing a lot of things. So what would you say to your students, or what do you normally say to your students when they start that, actually, I'm curious. I know something is happening, but I am not entirely sure. So what is the first advice you would give to people? And I would imagine there are a lot of people in our audience, with this question.
You answer it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of like part of what we guide and what we teach through Spirit, and this is something that we're opening up to in the coming months, anyhow, as to one-to-one mentoring and development and life coaching, that kind of direction that we're going on. But we do teach tarot courses, and we say to anybody with any kind of spiritual interest, this is a really good starting point for you guys to open up. And we teach them through meditation, through open up grounding, protection, all of the spiritual side of things.
I mean, again, as well, it's like when a lot of people have got a gift, but they don't do anything with it, or they do, or they're scared. So we have to, get them through the barriers to open them up to be aware of, reality and not reality, and is it a consciousness, or so there's a lot of working with people, and there's techniques what we do to open the people up with this. But again, it's about self-love as well. If you're good enough, how many people look in the mirror?
It's accepting themselves.
We've got to start from the word go, haven't we, to break down, are you good enough? Some people, they keep with the karmic pathways, everything keeps happening to them until we break out of that. But I was going to say, how many people look in the mirror every day, actually can see the marks and blemishes? A lot of people will go, they don't like how they look, so they won't actually study themselves. And it's about self-love, and it's also looking in the mirror and saying, today's going to be a great day, we've got this.
It's also about knowing that what they've experienced up to date has been for a reason, and it's understanding that reason behind everything and how you move forward from that situation or whatever you've been through. So it's a whole massive scope of, you can't just say pinpoint one thing, it's everything in life. And again, trusting in Spirit with us guiding these people onto the right pathway.
It's like, as well, we don't know everything, and we never will know everything. Yes, we know what we're on about, but we won't know everything, because there's always somebody who knows more.
We will keep learning till the day we die.
But again, we're all equal. I'm not better than anybody else out there. We are all equal, and this is the focus, isn't it? Because if we're not careful, we've got them boundaries with ego. Then, isn't it? You know what I mean? Where I have trouble. Oh, you're great, you're this, you're that, and I just say thank you. I've learned to say thank you, but I don't like the praise. But this is where we have to, just say thank you very much, hands up, and off I go. It's like I did a demonstration, on Sunday for a centre, but then it was like I've done my stuff and off I go, and they're saying, oh, you've had lovely feedback, and I say, well, tell them thank you very much, but that's me, I'm out of here. But we have to appreciate it, don't we? But with what we do as well, with the way of the world at the moment, like yourself, Zsuzsanna, people need us. People need that guidance. They need that reassurance, and it's got to come from the heart. It's really important, and that's what me and Leonie do. We work from the heart, and that's really important with that.
Yes, yes, yes. I really, really love the way how you are summarized, how you were summarizing this, because it's indeed quite a big topic, But before we take the caller today, because I can see there is somebody waiting for us very, very patiently, I need to tell the audience that you invited me, Gary, to one of the evening workshops or classes, what you were doing. And then while I was watching you, of course, I was very, very grateful because I was receiving readings from your students. So that was quite beautiful experience for me. So I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I was looking and I was listening to you, how you were teaching your students, and then the way how you were handling every single situation, it's not a reading, but then I was really feeling that you were working with the individual, and then you were really looking and watching and listening as a hawk watching the baby chicks. That it's not that the person was just doing a practice reading, and then you would give a summary at the end. But immediately when you felt that there was something and about how the energy was working for that individual, and then when you felt that, oh, there is something, next time you can look into, or maybe that is an opening there, or what about this, or what about that. So I absolutely love the way how delicately and patiently you were tutoring your students. And then, of course, that is when, especially when we are beginners, we need that support. We need that support. So we are going to take the caller here. And then before we do that, can we just have your websites, please, so that people, while we are talking, because you are amazing readers, they can already check you out. Can we just have the websites mentioned, please?
So mine is leonieedwards.com. Okay, and Gary's is Spirit Connections, all one word with the S on the end, .uk.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So while we are taking our caller, Wendy in Oxford, England. So here we go. We are from the same island here, small world, lovely one.
Point reading to this one. Yes, so I'll let Gary go first.
Yes. So can I just check? Wendy, can you hear us, please?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you very much for joining us here. Now you are so very, very fortunate because we got 3 people to work with you. So you know what? I'm just going to let our guest start working with you. So thank you.
Hi, Wendy. Am I okay working with you this evening?
Yes, please. Yeah, it's fine.
You know, obviously it's all vibrations, and we do work on vibrations as well. But, straight away, as I hear your voice, I'm drawn to my throat, okay, my throat chakra. So this is where we need to speak out. It's like we've perhaps been frustrated, or we've got to speak out, or we've got to be noticed at the moment. So it's like we have been going around in circles. Would you understand this, please?
No, I'm not sure that I do. I normally say what I think.
Right, just because with it, okay. When I say about speaking out, or I've got to clear my throat chakra, with this I do feel it's around a work situation or a situation where we've got to communicate. So I do feel we're holding back a little bit, but there is going to be something where you will, speak out. And I do feel it's clearing a new pathway for you here with this. I've got to say that. I also need to give you August birthdays, anniversary celebrations, and I also need to bring in a lady as well from the spirit world. And I'm seeing this lady as, I want to say, 5'7" here, and with it, I've just the love, the energy. What I've got is just, I can't put it into words, but I feel she's coming in, helping you, guiding you at the moment. And also with this, I've got to give, it's like 2:45, early hours of the morning. So with this, if you're waking up around this time, I do feel this is downloads. I am aware you are very spiritual. I am aware you're very connected. Okay. So with you wanting to speak out, I feel there is just something, you're going to be standing in your own power and speaking out. What have you got here?
I'm feeling quite trapped and unable to move in any kind of direction here, and your emotions are all over the place. The first thing I felt like doing was crying with you. Your energy is, I just want to cry. That's how I feel with this. But I am picking up on the King of Cups kind of energy, which I have, sorry, I do apologise, can't get the camera right. I can see your emotions all over the place. And as Gary's picked up, you are a very spiritual person. So you take everything to heart. You really, really do. But you do feel kind of trapped and tied into a situation at the moment. And you're unable to see clearly. But there is a way out of your situation. I do stick by this with Gary and communication. But it's also removing the negativity from your life as much as possible as well. And for you to keep yourself grounded and to go with that gut feeling no matter what, because that gut feeling is going to get you moving forward. Now, it's funny because we both have the King of Swords energy come out.
And I've got that one
and
as well.
And this is about speaking your truth, standing in your power, and just having that confidence within you to regain that balance that you need in life. Again, that could be a boss figure. It could be someone slightly older than you as well, I want to say. Do you want to...
You see, with the King of Swords, there is justice there, but I feel this is for you, you know, embracing the energy. I also want to say we've got the Page of Wands coming out here, which I've pulled, and that's, you know, that is a very, very good card. It's new action. It's a new chapter. It's seeing clearly. It's like, you know, you've got this, and you've got to believe in you. You've got to believe in this in a big, big way. And, you know,
following your passion.
It is. And when I say with that following your passion, the Four of Wands comes out as well. Now, that is like, prepare yourself. Look, we're going on a journey here, you know, and I do feel that journey is your spiritual journey. So, you know, when I say going back where my throat is clogged or I communicate, I just feel there is communication which is going to be important for you to move forward. And it's talking and communicating to the right people around you. This lady in spirit has got your back, and she is pushing you forward now. And just watch out for the knowledge coming from the universe, because I feel this in a good way, and I'm praying now, so I know it's like your prayers are being answered in a big, big way. So I hope you understand that, Wendy.
Well, I'm actually in the process of downsizing, so that I don't need to worry about how I'm paying bills, so that I can spend my time doing spiritual work. And I don't know what form that's taking yet, but it sounds like it is taking a form.
Yeah, there's definitely new action coming in for you. So you know, the road you're going on, it's going to be, I want to say, quite good for you. I really do. It has been challenging, and you know, again with the King of Swords, obviously swords is arguments and disagreements, so it has been quite crazy for you. But this is about you standing in your own power. So you've got this. August is going to be very important for you with this as well. So I hope
that's interesting. Yeah.
You know, and with August, I do need to say as well, it's like my eyes are being blinded at the moment, or it's like they're fogged. But I want to say this is where you are going to be starting to see clearly with this. So you know, August is where you will be seeing clearly. You know, and your prayers are being answered, and honest, I feel quite good with this.
You know, you've been feeling kind of trapped time now, and I just feel like, you know, that there's options out there, and it's, you know, take that blindfold off, like Gary's saying, and that's what the Eight of Swords is all about. It really, really is. There's a way out of a situation here, but you know, let your guard down a little bit. I want to say. One particular area in your life there.
Yeah, believe and love yourself. Yeah. That is the key.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful. I tell you, thank you very much. Thank you very much for our guest to work with Wendy. And for Wendy, thank you very much for joining us here. It's quite interesting because as I was listening to you, I was feeling the voice, you know, because my voice was going. So it's really lovely that our guests were working with you here today. So Wendy, thank you very much for being here. Thank you, and for letting you see, yes, for Leonie and Gary. Thank you very much for joining me here, for joining us here. I tell you what, I was just so excited, and I'm just so truly honored and blessed that you guys joined us here. And people can find you on your websites. Our replays are all over the place. So thank you very much for being here. And it looks like we've got 30 seconds left. So thank you very much. And for the audience, actually just one more word from our guests, one more word for the audience, one more word for wisdom, please.
I would just say, look in the mirror every day and love yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. It's going to be a beautiful day. And it's important. Remember, 1 bit of negative grows into 10 bits of negative. So we need to be focused and positive.